we on the grind. It's game time. Light shine. All eyes on the line. Every move, every play. We define. Party live. Feeling prime. From the bench to the field, we climb. Champion rise, this our time. No fear, no limits, we prime. Bring the heat. Watch it shine. This leg is on, we on grind. It's game time. Light shine. All eyes on the line. Every move, every prime. Play, we define. Heart be loud. Feel the prime. From the bench to the field, we climb.
You're watching Indiana Boys High School basketball tonight on the ISC Sports Network, and tonight's game presented by Day and Genda Funeral Home, putting family first. Healthy Communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. Mulberry Telecommunications, your local hometown fiber provider. The Frankton Eagles Post 976, people helping people. And the Willow Creek Barn, providing a picturesque setting for the barn wedding of your dreams. Our pregame show presented by Day and Genda Funeral Home, putting family first. Alongside the former DePaul head coach Bill Fenlon, my name is Rick Johnston. Second game of our girls and boys doubleheader. Here Sheridan and Clinton Prairie. And Sheridan opening up the season tonight a week after everybody else. They've kind of gotten a head start here, getting the lid lifter here going tonight here at CP.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this is the start of the season, right? And everybody's excited. You know, everybody is – both these teams are still undefeated. and you know, everything's out in front of them right now. So, you know, kids are excited about playing. They've been working in the off season. They've been working in the preseason. And, you know, as we'll see in a few minutes, that's one of my keys to this game tonight is how do you handle those early season jitters and, you know, kind of settle into playing a ball game.
Sheridan last year went 16-6, lost to eventual sectional champion Tipton in the sectional semi. The other thing for number 3 ranked Clinton Prairie, they had their best season in school history, finished as the state runners-up in one of their first regional and semi-state in school history. They lost to Orleans 64-55 in the state championship game, of the Gophers honored before tonight's ball game, going 26-3 as they brought last year's team back onto the floor for a pregame recognition for just a wonderful year for 7th-year head coach Chad Peckinpah, who is really excited with the level of excitement and interest around his program. He said numbers through the youth program are through the roof heading into this year.
Yeah, well, you know, you come off a year like that, everybody's optimistic,
yeah,
right? Everybody's feeling good about it. And, you know, the trick is, you know, how do you keep that momentum going, right? Because you're going to lose some guys. You got new guys coming up. Every year is a new adventure, and for coaches, that's part of the fun, and it's also part of the consternation involved in team building.
This has been our first look presented by the Willow Creek Barn, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance, as both teams onto the floor here. Coach, let's jump over to your keys to victory presented by Tier 1 Meat Company, where every cut is elite and every customer is family.
Well, I think number one, I talked about it just a second ago, handle the nerves, right? Where the season's just getting started, everybody's got high expectations. You know, you still got to play one possession at a time. Rebounding, control the glass. You know, it's not a secret that that success kind of stems from who does the best job on the backboards. And the extra possession stat is a really big deal. To me, as I look at post-game numbers, one of the big things I always look for is what is the differential between offensive rebounds, turnovers, and extra possessions that you're going to get over the course of the game. So you got to take care of the basketball when you have it. You got to go get it when you don't. And usually the teams that do both of those things well are the teams that are going to have the most success.
Clinton Prairie coming off of a 51-38 win at Frankfort last Wednesday, heading into the Thanksgiving holiday. Tip-off between the Gophers and the Blackhawks coming up next here on the ISC Sports Network.
At Wampler's Disposal and Recycling, we take pride in offering waste management for commercial and residential clients. As an industry leader, Wampler's Disposal and Recycling brings the most professional and responsive collection service in the business. Since 1948, our family-owned and operated company has provided excellent service at competitive rates. We offer container rentals as well. Our longevity in the industry is a testament to our excellent service. We serve all of Clinton, Tippecanoe, Boone, Howard, and Carroll counties. For all your waste removal needs, call Wampler Services Incorporated today. You can reach us at 765-659-3721. Visit us online at wamplerservicesinc.com.
The Willow Creek Barn has been voted the best of weddings on the Knot for 4 years running. The Willow Creek Barn has earned its reputation for a reason. With breathtaking grounds, a stunning barn, and a staff that goes above and beyond, making sure that every detail is perfect, your wedding day will be seamless, joyful, and unforgettable. From the first look to the last dance, your happily ever after starts here. To book your dream wedding, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com.
Tonight's starting lineup is presented by Ardente Dental. Healthy smiles start here for the Sheridan Blackhawks under the direction of fourth-year head coach Bill Bowen, who's in his 26th season as a high school basketball coach in Indiana. They sent out the senior Chase Spencer, who last year averaged 3 points and 3 rebounds per game. Keep your eyes on Trey Page, tied for the team lead in scoring last year at just over 16 per night. He was also their leader in threes made with 71 last year at a 39% clip. Senior Jax Pierman also starts for Sheridan, Devon Hamilton, and the junior 6'7 center is John Crowder. He wears number 50. For the third-ranked Clinton Prairie Gophers, led by seventh-year head coach Chad Peckinpah, senior Evan Smock, Jamin Crick, the sophomore, wears number 12. He had 7 points against Frankfurt. Smock had 12 last week. Nick Ewing, the senior starter, wears number 20. Nick Curtin, also a senior, 6'4", wears 23. Had 19 points against the Hot Dogs, including 14 in the second half. And Hunter Haynes wears number 24. He's 6'5", and he scored 8 points against the Hot Dogs of Frankfurt last week. As these two teams get ready to lock up, we mentioned Sheridan starting their season tonight. Clinton Prairie 1-0. Last year when these teams met at Sheridan, it was a 1-point Blackhawk victory, 59-58. That snapped a 3-game winning streak for Clinton Prairie, and Sheridan assisted on 19 of their 24 field goals last year against the Gophers. Well, it's only one of only 3 losses for CP a year ago, so you know Clinton Prairie's got a score to settle tonight here against Sheridan.
Yeah, well, that you know, it's a big game for a lot of reasons, right? The teams know each other a little bit, and they've got a little bit of a history, and it's the beginning of both of their seasons, and getting off to a good start is huge when you're playing in Indiana, because they're not playing that many games. You know, there's a lot of states around I spend a lot of time in Florida. They play 30-plus games down there, and these guys are more in the 20 range. Yeah. And you got to really make hay every chance you get.
Tonight's officials presented by Wampler's Disposal Service and Recycling, where recycling makes sense. Jeff Ward, Justin Bates, and Tim Smith. Crowder and Curtin jump. It's won by Clinton Prairie, and we're off and running from CP with Jamin Crick at the controls here for the Gopher offense, clad in white. Quick ball movement around the arc. They front Haynes in the post. Crick to H. Haynes. Ewing held scoreless. Tried to thread the needle into Smock. Deflected. Sheridan poking at it, and the big fella Crowder falls on it. And here come the Blackhawks the other way with their first possession. Down the middle of the lane. Off the heel by Spencer. Put back is up and good for Sheridan's Devon Hamilton. Baseline attack, got into the air was Curtin. Intercepted, and here comes Sheridan the other way, but a nice job by Ewing to fall back and get a deflection. Curtin bluffs that 3, attacks, slithers, it dances off the rim, and Curtin to the line for 2.
On the Blackhawks, number 50, John Crowder. That's his first, team first.
Number 1 on Crowder. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Frankfurt Eagles, Post 976, serving our community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, the Frankfurt Eagles offer something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, please visit FOE.com or stop by 408 North Main Street in Frankfurt. Curtin with 19 to lead the way in the win over Frankfurt last week, heading into Thanksgiving. 2 free throws here tie us at 2.
Kind of interesting right there that Clinton Prairie only had one guy in a rebounding slot on that free throw, yet they were still up pressuring in the full court.
2 field goals for Sheridan, both belonging to Devon Hamilton, who was another one of the top scorers last year for the Blackhawks, averaged just over 10 per ball game, had 14 in a win over Clinton Prairie last year on their home floor. Ewing trying to facilitate, back to Curtin who attacks. Nice little hesitation move, but had too much on it off the glass. Rebound by Spencer up the floor to Hamilton. Wanted to leak it into the corner to Pierman, but it was intercepted as Smock runs the point on a 3-on-1. No-look dish, and coming out of nowhere to deflect it out of bounds, running into the wall, Trey Page.
You know, the problem with the no-look sometimes, Rick, is you're not seeing the defender either. And he was lucky that was just knocked out of bounds.
No looking to everybody. Smock corner 3, cash. Smock, the senior.
Excellent pass out of the inbound all the way across the court to the opposite corner.
Hamilton bumped by Haynes on the take on the baseline. And a tough pass going cross court there. Smock able to finish. Pierman, Hamilton bumped, couldn't get the roll, and a ripped down rebound for Curtin. Haynes trying to catch Sheridan napping. Long 3 attempt from Curtin is short. Ewing with the offensive miss. Slipping over to Smock from the other side this time, and it's just like it was from the far side of the floor.
Well, that's how the extra possession game can really get you, Rick. Long rebound on the missed 3. Another chance to tee it up. Knock it in, it costs you.
Hamilton in the middle of the zone. He's missed 2 in a row after cashing in on his first 2.
Got to finish those defensive possessions.
Frick, the point guard, around a Curtin screen. Can't turn the corner on Pierman. Dishes it down to Smock, who angles it in. 8 points for Evan Smock, as he has all but 2 of their points, and that forces a Sheridan timeout just over 3 minutes into this first quarter. 30-second stoppage for the Hawks.
Smock coming out pretty aggressive here to start, and his teammates are looking for him, and he's able to convert 8 quick points for him, forcing the timeout.
Had just 12 in that win against Frankfurt last week. Tonight's game is brought to you by Day and Genda Funeral Home, with locations in Frankfurt, Flora, and Mulberry, and Rossville. The compassionate and experienced staff at Day and Genda Funeral Home are dedicated to providing a loving and genuine environment for you to honor your loved one. For more information on our services and community involvement, please visit dayandgenda.com. Day and Genda Funeral Homes, where we put family first. So 2 points from Curtin at the line for Clinton Prairie. The other 8 have come from his senior classmate in Smock. 2 threes, then the 2-point try. You see Bill Bowen in the middle there. Long time, 16 years at Hamilton Heights, 6 years at Tri-Central, now in year 4 up at Sheridan.
Coach Bowen's been around a little bit.
You've known him a little bit, met him on the recruiting trail.
Known him for a long time. Good coach, really good person. His son, Billy, I think, was an excellent player at Hanover College.
What was it like having to game plan against a guy that you had a friend's son against Hanover if you ever ran into him on the floor?
He wasn't that good a friend.
An acquaintance?
Didn't really impact the game plan very much. But you like to see your friend's family do well, but just some other time.
Not on your night.
Yeah, not on my clock.
Maybe against Wabash or somebody else.
Yeah, somebody else.
3-point basket for Sheridan. Good bucket there for the Hawks coming out of the timeout as they trail by 3. Smock has been cooking with gas. Over to Ewing for a 3 that glances off the rim. Pierman up the floor. Hamilton, corner 3 to tie it, and he does.
Well, the scout must have been – the scout on him must be let him shoot, because the defender was there but didn't close that out at all and just let him tee it up, and he made him pay for it.
Hamilton's improved his three-point shooting, just 3 of 13 from deep last year, but a pirouette from Curtin had too much on it as he got away from the aforementioned Hamilton. Stick back from Haynes doesn't go, fought for on the baseline and out of bounds. It'll stay here with Clinton Prairie as Brad Wisman is checked in during the timeout, and now checking in is number 22, Desh Donathan for the Blackhawks.
Extra possession here for Clinton Prairie.
Jackson Miller, corner three, Smock. His first miss from distance tonight. Sheridan able to save it. Accelerating, falling down, or a couple guys at the bottom of your screen. It was missed by Donathan. And we stay tied at 10 with 3 and change remaining here in the first. Smock around the screen, had 8 of the first 10 here so far for Prairie. Crick around a Haynes screen, into the corner in Miller. Curtin being locked up by Hamilton. Into the paint, they'll call the foul on the floor. Curtin wants a continuation, but that's not going to happen for him.
You know, Rick, that's one of the things you'll see, especially early in the season, is that teams have difficulty with offensive spacing. You know, that possession, the ball's moving around, but the Clinton Prairie guys are kind of on top of each other. There's really no space to operate. They've got to slow down a little bit and get in position so they can execute their offense.
Gophers are very perimeter-oriented right now. They try to throw it inside, intercepted by the stingy Trey Page. Back to the trailer and laying it in, Chance Spencer. As Sheridan regains their first lead since 4-2. Around a screen, Crick. Three-point shot might have been partially blocked and hauled in by Hamilton. Blackhawks quickly up the floor. There's Page, and there's a 3 for the top marksman from a year ago for the Blackhawks. And Chad Peckinpah calls a timeout.
Well, the turnover leads to the run out, leads to the 3, and that also leads to the quick timeout by Coach Peckinpah.
Tonight's game is presented by Healthy Communities of Clinton County. Healthy Communities of Clinton County offers free navigation services for all pregnant women. A licensed nurse is available to help you with free pregnancy tests and prenatal vitamins, insurance assistance, prenatal appointment assistance, smoking or vaping cessation, breastfeeding, labor, delivery, safe sleep, car seat, and newborn care education. Call Libby at 765-659-6063 for more information. Cohen Bales, the freshman, enters here for Clinton Prairie. Taking the spot of Jamin Crick. And some backcourt pressure with Devon Hamilton and Sheridan walking back there along with Desh Donathan. Man-to-man look for Sheridan. Handoff here to Miller. Bales in the corner, up top to Haynes once again. Here comes Curtin. He jumped in and gets called for the charge. He went right through the chest of the Sheridan defender, Trey Page.
Well, Bales in the game, one of 3 freshmen on the Clinton Prairie roster, getting to play early in his career.
Elevator screen, trying to get Page free for another three-point try with Sheridan. Hamilton tries his hand from deep, can't find the distance this time. Gophers quickly up the floor with 80 seconds remaining here in the first. Haynes wasn't ready for it from close distance. No harm done, though, on a head fake Curtin. Big jump stop, big step through, and give him the bucket and a foul. Pretty move from Nick Curtin.
Wow, he went a long way without traveling or without getting a travel called. But he did the big Euro hop and then another step through after he landed which sometimes they call it, sometimes they don't call it. That time they didn't, and he's able to get a big bucket right there.
Like a frog hopping from lily pad to lily pad.
I mean, a very athletic move.
Yeah.
Very athletic move.
He's jumping between guys and trying to find space, and you almost hold your breath when a guy makes it because you don't want him to land awkwardly either on someone or on him or on his own.
Well, he's a long, lanky guy at 6'4". Looks like he can hop a little bit.
Faking the pass, Donathan. Nice lob to the rim and coasting it home is Hamilton. He's got 9 in the first quarter here for the Blackhawks.
Well, they were zoned that time, it looked like to me, and as the ball moved, nobody rotated down on the backside, and pretty easy look and layup.
Page arguing that he deflected it off of the intended target in Miller. His wishes are not answered. Final 37 seconds here of quarter number 1. Bales, the freshman at the controls, taking over for the starting point guard, Jamin Crick. Smock, who electrified things early, scoring 8 of the first 10 for Clinton Prairie. And forced an early Sheridan timeout. Since then, they've regrouped to outscore Prairie 13-4, or 13-3, excuse me. Wide open, Jackson Miller 3, can't find the mark. With 3 seconds left, here comes Hamilton racing. Fourth quarter shot, good if it goes. It does not. And that's how our first quarter comes to a close. Excellent finishing run by Sheridan as they lead by 4 at the break here on the ISC Sports Network.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
If you haven't signed up for Mintel Fiber Optic Internet from Mulberry Telecommunications, then you're missing out. We have various packages to choose from and speeds up to a gig. Not to mention each package includes a Wi-Fi 6 wireless router and access to our Mintel Smart Home app, giving you complete control of your network backed by our award-winning customer service. Go ahead and dance till your heart's content in whatever reality you want, even if it's virtual. Mulberry Telecommunications offering the best gig in town. Sign up today at Mintel.net and experience the Mintel difference.
Tonight's game is presented by the Willow Creek Barn. Attention all engaged couples. Discover why the Willow Creek Barn has been voted the Knott's Best of Weddings for 4 years in a row. Nestled just outside Frankfort, Indiana, our venue offers stunning indoor and outdoor ceremony options with breathtaking photo opportunities. We provide the perfect backdrop for your dream barn wedding. To start planning your unforgettable day, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com. 1 quarter in the books. But, Bill, the big story there that first quarter, Sheridan able to close the quarter on a beautiful run, outscoring Clinton Prairie 13-3 after getting forced into a timeout.
Yeah, they kind of settled in, a little more comfortable, and Clinton Prairie playing kind of changing their defenses a little bit. Looked like they were zoned that time, but that was a pretty easy look to give up with no passes in the possession.
Smock a jump stop. Miller spotting for a 3, and this time he's able to cash in. Miller, the freshman.
Good controlled drive by Smock and just inside-out pass.
Hamilton hangs and glasses it in for 2. Hamilton
Good job, body on, ball away. Able to finish that through, a little bit of contact there.
Crick back on the floor here for Prairie. Floater halfway down and out for Smock. Couldn't get his own miss as Hamilton continues to leave his imprint on this opening half. Trying to go end to end, and he can't get the roll. Falling down, going for the rebound was Brock Hagan. Curtin bumped and called the foul on the floor as Curtin was hunting contact there, getting into the paint. Second foul on Chance Spencer as he takes a seat in favor of Jack Spearman. Corner three ball, Smock.
Second time they've done the same thing, and they force the corner guy's defender to help by diving somebody to the rim, and then they throw behind him. I love that.
Sheridan turns it over, slipping it through and missing the layup was Smock on a nice feed from Crick. Hamilton out the gate the other way for Sheridan, bangs right into Crick, and he gets called for the offensive foul. Too much
play
speed
by Crick to just stand his ground right there and kind of diffuse that break.
Crick gives up 8 inches and considerable weight to Hamilton and saw a train coming his way and just stood his ground like you mentioned, Coach.
You just got to take it for the Gophers.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? You just got to take it. He's young. He'll get over it. Might be a little sore in the morning.
That's what they created ice bags for, right?
That's right.
Desh Donathan back on here for the Blackhawks. 19-19 early on here in the second. Curtin, jab step, long three over Hamilton is good. And an off-ball whistle has been blown. Count the basket. And a foul on Hunter Haynes of Clinton Prairie that comes after the shot was released from Curtin. So the three ball counts, but a foul against Haynes, his second.
Well, the Gophers a little energized offensively here to start the quarter.
9-2 run for the Gophers. So for their second win in a row to start the season. They've won 19 of 20 dating back to last year. Sheridan trying to figure out the zone, diving on it. Landon Moffitt stays here with the Blackhawks. Moffitt was the intended man, intercepted off the deflection was Miller, picked it up. Crick waving for the Ewing screen, didn't get there in time. Handing off to Smock. Curtin on the give to Miller, was applauded for doing all the little things in the win against Frankfurt last week. Smock goes baseline, and getting called for the reach-in was Jack Spearman, to his disagreement. Free throws coming here for Clinton Prairie.
Well, that was close. That was close, and there was an official who was closer.
Yeah.
than the one who made the call. So he must have had a better angle.
Tonight's game presented by Tier 1 Meat Company. At Tier 1 Meat Company, we take pride in delivering locally sourced premium beef and pork, the kind of meat that honors the land, respects the craft, and fuels families with real flavor. From custom processing to mission-ready catering, we bring the firepower to elevate every meal and every moment. Founded by veterans, every cut is elite, and every customer is family. Step into Tier 1 at 128 West Catherine Street in Flora, or visit us online at tier1meatco.com. Smock able to make one of two. Sheridan trying to figure out this zone defense here at Clinton Prairie. Hamilton was the intended man for Sheridan. Clinton Prairie thought it went off of Hamilton, but stays here with the visitors. Lob into Hamilton, right in front, and that's an easy two for the senior.
Got to have a plan to defend these out-of-bounds underplays. Not sure Clinton Prairie had a great one that time.
Crick dribbles into traffic. Clinton Prairie's lead down to 2. Miller open for another 3. Back rim. Haynes had it. Actually, make it Connor Haynes had it. He puts it up wildly. Ewing fighting amongst the trees, and he gets the stick back. Page off balance 3. Too much on it. Hamilton ready to got deflected off of who? Off of Hamilton's shoe.
Whoa, that was I'm not sure that's the shot Coach Bowen's looking for right there. A floating left east to west contested three on the front end of the possession.
With a guy on either shoulder to boot.
That's you got to be. That's the one you take after you've made 3 or 4 in a row, right?
Right.
You don't just start the string with that one.
Tonight's game presented by Mulberry Telecommunications. Mulberry Telecommunications offers high-speed fiber optic internet, streaming TV, and telephone solutions. We're a local telecommunications cooperative that has been serving Clinton and Tippecanoe County for over 120 years. Now that we have expanded our services into Carroll County, we're excited to join your neighborhood and welcome you to our fiberhood. Learn more at www.mintel.net or call 765-296-2885. It's a quick 9-2 spurt out of the gate here in the quarter, coach, for Clinton Prairie. Sheridan's been able to get it back to 4 as they take the time out here, but you mentioned the ill-advised 3 there from Page. It looked like it was going to be an easy rebound.
You know, if he makes it, everything's
right.
fine.
Everything's
right?
great, yeah.
But it just didn't look like a good
Correct.
shot to me. And they might be chatting about that on the sideline right now.
The other thing I'm wondering is they might be chatting about it looked like Hamilton's going to have an easy rebound, maybe a one dribble and go back up. But it just got deflected out of nowhere. I thought he was going to elevate up and go get it because there's only one guy around him and a shorter defender to boot.
Well, I think the Gophers have settled in a little bit offensively. And Sheridan looks like they're maybe, they look pretty good early, and they look like they're pressing a little bit right now, right? Like you got to come down. There's no shot clock. Come down and run your stuff. Right? If you have the ball, the other team can't score. That's a great play out of the timeout.
Backdoor feed, Evan Smock with the finish.
Hitting the high post, back cutting off the wing. Really nice execution out of the timeout. They call that the ATO, after timeout play.
Open look at 3, just a little bit off. There on the attempt was Donathan. Smock. Crick, the 5'7" point guard, setting a screen for Smock.
Well, he took the charge, and he just took another one in the chops there, setting the screen.
Crick, just the sophomore, gets it back from Ewing. Threw it behind Haynes, and there's Hamilton fresh to the other end for 2.
I like what Hamilton's given them. He is a long, lanky, aggressive guy. He's on the glass. He's an active defender, doing a good job so far.
Crick's floater hung on the rim, fell off. Crowder unable to gather it in, but Ewing poked it out of bounds.
Mr. Crowder's got to use that size and grab that rebound with both hands and possess it.
What were you saying during the girls' game? We got to squeeze it.
Squeeze it, man. You got to squeeze it. Otherwise those little guys are going to come in there and knock it away from you. I don't care how big you are. If you're just holding it with one hand, that's a problem.
Donathan attacks, spins back to the open Hamilton. He hit his first couple threes and not been able to find it since. But a rebound and a foul against Crowder, number 2 on the big fella. And the 4th against Sheridan with 2.5 left to play before half. First game of the year for Sheridan. Last year went 16-6. Clinton Prairie, the 3rd-ranked team in the AP poll, number 8 in USA Today's network poll. Falling down was Hamilton, but Curtin couldn't get the ball fed to him. Donathan, right-hand floater. Gets his own miss, puts it back up after he shimmies in for 2. And thanks to Desh Donathan, it's a 2-point deficit here for Sheridan. Curtin bluffs, jump stop, had it ball ripped out of his hands by Wisman. Sheridan looking to tie. Donathan kept it low, and Crick ripped it away. Curtin, Euro, beautiful in the finish.
They're working on that Euro step over in the big hop and the Euro step over there in Sheridan.
At length from Curtin, able to throw that leg around a defender and find a whole bunch of new space to work.
So you're seeing right now. You're seeing.
Oh! Paige hits the three and gets fouled.
And strangely enough, they were boxing one on Paige that time. So they were guarding Paige with Ewing, and he was right there in his grill, and Paige went ahead and shot it in his face anyway and made it. So much for me talking about the ill-advised shooting choice. It looks like he likes guys hanging on him.
Well, that time he's needed one guy. The other he had two.
Yeah,
on
he
each.
had two.
He's got to
Two.
get one
You're
shoulder
right.
free.
You're right.
Paige, 39%.
Big bucket.
Yep.
Big bucket right there. The old 4-point play doesn't hurt.
That ties us at 29 with 83 seconds left. Ewing.
Really good pass by Ewing to
Miller.
the other side of the floor.
Short corner three, his second one tonight. And almost a steal there for Smock, and then they throw it into row one as Hamilton was cutting in maybe for a lob.
Getting a little antsy. You know, the thing about it is when you start improvising, you know, I think you're zigging and you're zagging. That's when you're going to get into some trouble.
Curtin wanted it, fakes the handoff to Ewing, and then he fumbled it away. Pierman surveys in front with 50 seconds left in an up and down first half. Clinton Prairie fans want to push off on Hamilton. Pierman from the parking lot doesn't go, and Curtin cleans up the miss.
Well, they were boxing one again on Paige.
Great job there by Crick. The jump stop got to 2 feet. The head fake got Hagan in the air, and he drew the foul.
I love the control right there at the end of that drive. A lot of guys are going to drive in there, not be on balance, go right up, especially smaller guys. You're not going to score over the top. You've got to try to draw some contact right there. That's exactly what he did.
And Crick, the sophomore, leaves the first free throw short. Wamplers is a place where recycling always makes sense. Please call Wamplers at 659-3721 for all your trash, recycling, and scrap needs. Wamplers Disposal Service and Recycling, family owned since 1948. First point of the night for Crick. And it's a 4-point lead here for the Gophers with 27 seconds and ticking here in quarter two. Hamilton from the short corner. Attacks aggressively, elevates, floats, had too much on it. But then two Prairie players defend to collide. But they'll say that Hamilton deflected it out when it looked like there's two Clinton Prairie players might have had the ones that go off of them.
Well, you know, I think the boxing one is bothering Sheridan a little bit because I think, especially this early in the season, they're probably not super prepared for that, right? And so typically what you'd want to do,
Smock before the horn doesn't go.
Typically what you'd want to do in that situation is you either run your zone stuff or run your man stuff and don't worry about it, right? But it looks different. So it's a little bit harder for guys to kind of diagnose what is going on, and I think it is creating a little hesitation for the Blackhawks.
4-point lead for number 3 Clinton Prairie in their first home game of the year. Season opener for Sheridan. Here the 25-26 campaign. We're back with a halftime show next here on the ISC Sports Network.
Davis Comfort Solutions.
At Davis Comfort Solutions Heating and Cooling, the name says it all. Davis Comfort Solutions will keep you comfortable all season long with 2 locations, Fowler and Colfax. They service most of central Indiana.
We've got the air necessities, great service and efficiencies, bringing peace and comfort to your life.
DavisComfortSolutions.com.
Whether you dine in or carry out, the South Fork restaurant is known for daily lunch and dinner specials, world-famous hand-battered tenderloins, fresh, never-frozen whole catfish, and award-winning onion rings. The kitchen is open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Come join us at 105 South Glick Street in Mulberry or visit southforkpub.com for the latest menu options. The South Fork Restaurant, a proud supporter of Clinton Prairie Athletics.
I brought you a present. Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable!
Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die.
Inconceivable!
To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99.
Inconceivable!
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Frankfurt Eagles 976, serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfurt Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfurt Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfurt, Indiana.
The Willow Creek Barn has been voted the best of weddings on the knot for 4 years running. The Willow Creek Barn has earned its reputation for a reason. With breathtaking grounds, a stunning barn, and a staff that goes above and beyond, making sure that every detail is perfect, your wedding day will be seamless, joyful, and unforgettable. From the first look to the last dance, your happily ever after starts here. To book your dream wedding, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com.
Day and Genda Funeral Home, proudly putting family first, strives to care and honor the families of Clinton and Carroll County in ways that share the loved one's story. In our effort to serve your family at the highest of quality, we have added our own crematories, one for your loved one and another crematory for your furry family members. Contact us for information on how we can serve your family. Day and Genda Funeral Home, putting family first.
First segment of halftime presented by the Willow Creek Barn, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. It was a 17-13 Sheridan lead after 1 quarter of play gets flipped on its ear as Clinton Prairie outscores Sheridan in a healthy margin there in the second, take a 4-point lead at the break. Coach, thoughts on the first half overall?
Well, I think a little bit of a slow start for Clinton Prairie, but the changing defenses got them going a little bit, and I think put Sheridan on their heels. They played a little man, they played a little zone, and then they finished the half, most of the second quarter, playing box and one on Page. And I think that created some hesitation from Sheridan, and they turned him over a couple times. They did give up the 4-point play to Page, but beyond that, they were able to generate some offense with their defense, and I'll be interested to see if they keep that as a steady diet here to begin the second half.
On the other side for Sheridan, they started out really hot. We mentioned they actually fell behind by 6, 10-4, then closed the first quarter on a beautiful run. Can you tell a little bit of that second quarter, maybe it is the first game of the year for the Blackhawks? They're trying to get their game legs underneath them a little bit?
Yeah, Rick. Well, that was one of our keys, right, was handle the nerves. And when you're going good, you're not as nervous. And then all of a sudden, you've gone 4 or 5 possessions, you haven't scored, or you've turned it over, or whatever, and guys are still a little uncertain of their roles, so a turnover or a bad shot's going to bother them a little bit more.
Kind of looking to the bench a little bit.
Yeah, they don't know how to play through it, and all those things are things that, they reveal themselves as time goes on, but at the beginning of the season, you're trying to figure it out. And when you're figuring it out, sometimes you can overthink it a little bit, and when you overthink it, that slows you down, man.
In that first half, Devon Hamilton had 15 points to lead the way for Sheridan, 7 for Page, 2 of them for Chance Spencer, and 2 for Desh Donathan. On the other side for Clinton Prairie, 14 to lead the way for the Gophers from Evan Smock, 10 for Nick Curtin, 6 for Jackson Miller, 2 for Ewing, and 1 for Jamin Crick. We'll take a break, come back with more of our halftime show. You're watching Indiana Boys High School basketball here on the ISC Sports Network.
So they've done.
In this town, game day starts long before kickoff. It's the work behind the scenes that makes champions. At Tier 1 Meat Company, we prep with the same focus, discipline, and pride as the hometown heroes we feed. From our block to your block, fuel every victory. Tier 1 Meat Company. Mission, feed the fans. Standard, champion quality. Scan the QR code for a game day upgrade.
We've all heard the question, if a tree falls in a forest, does it make a sound? Honestly, we're not sure either. But what we do know is that if it falls in your yard, it usually leaves behind an unsightly stump that you'll be stuck mowing around. At JXN Stump Solutions, we'll get rid of that stump for good, and here's the best part. We offer free estimates, so you'll know the cost before the work begins. We deliver quality work from a professional, locally owned company with a commitment to leaving your property cleaner, safer, and stump-free. Contact us today at 242-9523. At JXN Stump Solutions, we're rooted in service and driven to remove.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
Meet Henry. Henry is hip. Henry loves the new Mintel TV streaming app. And check out Helen. With features like Cloud DVR, Restart, and Look Back TV, Helen never misses her favorite shows. And this? Well, this is Bob. Bob can't contain his excitement for the new Mintel TV streaming app. Bob is proving that you actually can teach an old dog new tricks. What do you say, Bob? Does the Mintel TV app get a thumbs up? All right, Bobby, yo. Mintel TV, the next generation of awesome. Upgrade today. The Willow Creek Barn has been voted the best of weddings on the knot for 4 years running. The Willow Creek Barn has earned its reputation for a reason. With breathtaking grounds, a stunning barn, and a staff that goes above and beyond, making sure that every detail is perfect, your wedding day will be seamless, joyful, and unforgettable. From the first look to the last dance, your happily ever after starts here. To book your dream wedding, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com. At Laser Edge Turf and Excavation, we take pride in keeping your property looking its best and your projects moving forward. From expert commercial and residential mowing to lawn fertilization that keeps your grass healthy year-round, we've got your yard covered. Need more than lawn care? We also specialize in directional boring, trenching, and full excavation work. Whether it's maintaining your curb appeal or tackling big jobs underground, trust Laser Edge and Excavation to get the job done right. Let us tackle your next project. Give us a call at 670-2286.
Halftime adjustments presented by JXN Stump Solutions, rooted in service, driven to remove. And, Coach, you and I were talking during the break about how that inbounds play has worked beautifully to get 6 easy points on 2 threes for Clinton Prairie. That's got to be one of the keys talked about at the halftime there for Sheridan, knowing if it's going to be a baseline inbound here for Clinton Prairie, you have got to be able to keep a guy on the cutter, but also got to keep a guy on the shooter in the corner.
Yeah, well, six out of 33 points have happened in, when no time's going off the clock. Basically, they've run a play in a second, right? And, you get me the first time, that's on me. Fool me once, but fool me twice. And if they get fooled 3 times, that's a big problem. And I think it was excellent execution on that play by the Gophers, and it works. I wouldn't be shocked at all to see them try to go back with it next opportunity they have.
On the other side, for Clinton Prairie, how do you try to keep up the momentum you had? You put up 20 points, outscored Sheridan 20-12 in that second quarter to get this 4-point lead at the half.
Well, I think the key is on the defensive end, right? So they've been mixing up the defenses. The box and one really hurt the Blackhawks a little bit, and I think they've got to stay with that, and they've settled in a little bit. They turned it over a little bit early, taking better care of it in the second quarter, and both teams actually seem like they've settled in a little bit. Every time they try to improvise, they got some problems though, because they've been working on certain things that trying to execute them, and that doesn't always happen, in a game.
Yeah.
But you can't just make stuff up because you're not familiar enough with each other. So they've got to recognize that decision making is a big part of having success, and we'll see which teams make the best decisions here in the last 16 minutes.
Game number 1 for Sheridan. Game number 2 for number 3 Clinton Prairie, the state runners-up last year in Class A. Gophers with the ball in the home white, leading by 4. Curtin, top scorer from the opener against Frankfort, tried to kick his leg out on the Euro step. He was denied by both Hamilton and Crowder. Wide open is Pierman. To the baseline, Hamilton. Nice individual move.
Good take right there. He had Curtin in a closeout. Just went right by him.
H. Haynes off to Curtin. Angled in, lost his footing, and Hamilton looks like we're going to get the traveling violation. Or excuse me, an offensive foul on Nick Curtin. You could see the excitement there from Devon Hamilton.
Well, he sort of had his mind made up that he was going to go. He didn't have a lot of space, and Hamilton just stood his ground right there. Usually you kind of got to blow up and fall down to get that call, but he was able to take that one standing up.
Off balance shot, Page off the rim. Hamilton had it, but it went off of his fingertips. Another tough shot for Page with a hand in his face and leaning away from the basket.
Well, he's a shot maker. As you said, averaged 16 points a game last year, and you know, he thinks he's out there to score, and clearly he is.
Smock's lob goes out of bounds, and Page is the best three-point shooter last year for the Blackhawks. Made just about 3 per ball game and shot almost 40%.
That's pretty good. He thinks it's going in.
Yeah. And he seems like one of the,
and he's got reason to.
And he seems like one of those guys. If one goes in, this one, good contest there from Ewing. Hamilton on the save, but right into the midst of Crick. If you can get one, it might balloon into 3 real quick.
Well, you know, that shot right there, the last 2 shots were fairly well contested, and you know, that's what happens when you're trying to execute against the box and one. When you're the guy getting wonned, right? You feel like, well, I got to squeeze it off whenever I can squeeze it off, right? But you still have to differentiate between a good shot and something that's just okay.
Curtin tries to attack, draws the eyes of both Hamilton, his main defender, and Page, the help defender. Crick, Ewing spots for a wide open 3. Back of the rim, and Spencer with the miss. Sheridan quickly up the floor, down by a deuce. Hamilton, Euro steps of his own, up and over Curtin to tie the game.
Hamilton's getting to the rim here to start the second half. That's twice he's gotten all the way off the three-point line, right to the front of the rim to score it.
Smock around the high middle screen. Ewing thought about a 2-point try. Curtin contested 3 over. Hamilton, splash.
That's a tough one. You know, he kind of reloaded that one, and that is one of the toughest shots out there, to kind of reload that shot fake 3, especially with, you know, he's not stepping into it. He's just going straight up. That's a tough one.
Second triple of the night for Curtin, the leading scorer in the season opener last week. He's got 13 here so far, and he erupted in that game last week at Frankfurt for 14 of his 19 after halftime. And Clinton Prairie hoping for a similar performance here this evening against Sheridan.
Still in the box and 1, Rick.
If
it ain't broke.
That's right. Pierman trying to bust through the box and 1, and he hits a triple. Made just 5 of them all last season.
Well, they've kind of let him alone out there. They've been throwing the ball to him on the wing, and Clinton Prairie seems like they're kind of daring him to shoot it. And that time he took the dare and put it right in the bottom.
Crick against the much taller Crowder. Curtin sizes up Hamilton. Asking him to dance, and then the ball slips out of bounds.
A lot of messing around right there and not a whole lot happening. The ball really needs to change sides of the floor to put any pressure on the defense. And you know, one guy out there bouncing it around doesn't put a whole lot of pressure on anybody.
Hamilton just off the target, going to the corner, looking for Pierman out of a triple team. Jackson Miller back in for the Gophers.
That's one of those first game or early season turnovers right there. He's looking for him in one place. He's in another place. He throws it to the first place, and the ball ends up in the first row.
Smock, who had 14 in the first half, bouncing to Haynes. Hunter's shot blocked on the way there by Crowder. Sheridan with another opportunity to regain the lead. Open Page in transition, couldn't get her to go. Crick quickly accelerating. Prairie doesn't want to stop the ball, but Page threw his hand back and intercepted. Goes back to Smock and then threw it behind. Intended to find Spencer, and here comes Prairie on a 2-on-1. Haynes to Curtin, whose dunk attempt was stopped by the rim. Hamilton lost it behind his head, then threw it behind the back pass.
My goodness.
Whoa.
I'll tell you, that'll make you retire right there. That's the kind of stuff that makes you retire. You got a guy who's got a layup. It's a close game. Just get the two, right? And now you got a guy, and then you come down and you got a guy in a crowd who's throwing it behind his back to I don't even know who.
The person eating popcorn in the second.
That was a tough exchange.
The hairs on the heads of Coach Peckinpah and Coach Bowen both got grayer in the last 30 seconds. Bowen, excuse me.
Well, when I would experience a little crazy like that, I would always tell the players, I'm going to call the drug testing unit any second and have all of you guys tested because this is what crazy people do.
36 all here in the third.
I don't think there's a spread on this game, so it can't be point shaving, right?
Hamilton, Pierman trying to find his second three, and he got it.
I'd stop daring him. I'd stop daring him right now. Might want to go ahead and guard that guy.
He was just 5 of 21 last year as a senior. He's 2 of 3 here as a junior. Or as a senior, excuse me. Trying to answer was Crick. Doesn't get it as Page was ready to head out the gate. He gets fouled. And that's number 3 on the top scorer for Clinton Prairie, Nick Curtin. Timeout here for Clinton Prairie, a full timeout, as they want to talk about it, trailing by 3. At Davis Comfort Solutions, we understand that your comfort is important. That's why our team of highly experienced technicians will strive to be your go-to when it comes to your home, shop, or business's heating and cooling needs. For more info on financing and special offers, visit us online at daviscomfortsolutions.com. And our game also presented tonight by JXN Stump Solutions. Tired of unsightly tree stumps ruining your yard? Let us take care of it. We've got the equipment and experience to get the job done right. We offer 3 tiers of service that will rejuvenate your yard, all at competitive, budget-friendly rates. Just call 765-242-9523 today for a free estimate. JXN Stump Solutions, rooted in service, driven to remove. So a full timeout here for Clinton Prairie. That leaves them with 3. And how about the
no small part by Mr. Pierman. Sheridan has kind of turned the tables here in the last couple of minutes. Him knocking down 2 open threes. When it appears the way they're guarding him that they're kind of asking him to go ahead and do it. I would imagine that's getting changed over on the sideline here because it looks like it's supposed to go in when he shoots it.
Yeah. Just 5 of 21 last year from 3, averaged just a little over a point per ball game. And has really blossomed this year. Has kind of become the wingman to the other guy on the screen there in Hamilton, who's got a team-leading 19 with Clinton Prairie doing everything to slow down last year's one of the 2 leading scorers there in Page, who had 16 tonight.
Well, I think the fact that Pierman's knocked in a couple shots, Hamilton is playing pretty well, that can allow Page to be a little more patient.
Here comes Pierman, a heat check.
Yeah, heat check. That one not quite as open as the other 2 that he had.
I was surprised that Pierman didn't let fly the initial time he caught it, with Bales slacking off a little bit defensively. Curtin on the bench for Clinton Prairie with 3 personal fouls. He was their leading scorer in the opener, has 13 so far tonight. Miller almost fumbled it in the hands of Spencer. Smock trying to find his first points of the second half unsuccessfully, as fighting for the rebound was Crowder. Lob, and Hamilton guides her home.
Good pass ahead. Good outlet, and then a good lead pass for the easy bucket.
8 straight for Sheridan. Threading into Smock, a turnaround shorty is good.
Got lucky, tried to thread the needle on the back cut. Got tipped a couple different times by the defender, and he's able to gather it up and knock it in. Still in that box and one.
Ewing's been tracking Page's move every night. Backdoor lob. Too high for Spencer. Saves it from the baseline out to the hot Pierman. Hamilton. Pierman trying to find that third three. Off target right, but Crowder with a big boy rebound. Hamilton mid-range. Got hit on the arm after the shot. Spencer saves into the air. Crowder elevates, but his pass was tipped. Pierman gets it in a pitch out to Hamilton. Open Spencer, 3-ball. Halfway down and out. Crowder threw it up as he had 2 guys draped on him, and he'll be rewarded with 2 free throws.
Extra possessions. There's a possession with 3-4 cracks at it. Crowder making his presence known on the glass on both ends here the last couple of minutes. Let's get his short straight here.
6'7" junior. Did not play varsity basketball last year. He's been unafraid to throw that big body around down low tonight.
Big guy.
Tonight's game brought to you by the Frankfurt Eagles Post 976, serving our community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, the Frankfurt Eagles offer something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, please visit FOE.com or stop by 408 North Main Street in Frankfurt.
Well, what I liked about that first rebound that Crowder got on the offensive end, he didn't even look to score it. He's looking right back out on the three-point line. And very often guys think if they get an offensive rebound, it's their right to try to score it no matter what kind of position they find themselves in. And very often that's where you're going to get your best threes.
Ewing lost it, and Crowder says, oh, look, the ball. As Sheridan will slow it down, Nick Curtin back on the floor for Clinton Prairie.
Oh, my.
And a foul against John Crowder.
I was watching that the whole way, and he nudged him a little bit, but there wasn't a whole lot there.
And he'll exit immediately in a tough break for Sheridan with an opportunity to hold for the final shot. And now Prairie with the ball down 3, late stages of the third. And a reach in there for Pierman, his second. And now Sheridan's racking up fouls in bunches.
Well, neither one of those are necessary, right? I mean, they're not impactful in terms of stopping anybody from scoring. And you just don't want to pile those up and put them on the free throw line too early.
Nice feed. Smock fires it in to Curtin.
Nice little set with Curtin coming off a baseline back screen.
Catch and shoot. 3! Beats the horn. Chance Spencer gives Sheridan a 4-point lead heading to the fourth.
Got to keep playing.
A great feed on one end. Smock to Curtin. And Spencer with a heave, beating the third quarter buzzer. It's 44-40 Sheridan heading to the fourth.
At Wampler's Disposal and Recycling, we take pride in offering waste management for commercial and residential clients. As an industry leader, Wampler's Disposal and Recycling brings the most professional and responsive collection service in the business. Since 1948, our family-owned and operated company has provided excellent service at competitive rates. We offer container rentals as well. Our longevity in the industry is a testament to our excellent service. We serve all of Clinton, Tippecanoe, Boone, Howard, and Carroll counties. For all your waste removal needs, call Wampler Services Incorporated today. You can reach us at 765-659-3721. Visit us online at wamplerservicesinc.com.
Frankfurt Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday Bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
Sheridan outscores Clinton Prairie 15-7 in that third quarter, capped by a buzzer-beating 3 by Chance Spencer. And the Blackhawks in their season opener tonight hold a 4-point lead over last year's Class A runners-up in Clinton Prairie.
Well, Rick, it's been a really interesting game. A bunch of little mini runs. You know, each team has had, 2-3 minutes where they've been, in control of what they were doing, but then they've traded it back. So we'll see who's going to be able to put the most mini runs together these last 8.
Spencer, and he hit a 3 to end the third and hits 1 to start the fourth.
Almost the same spot, too.
Still running the box in one.
I'd run right back down to that spot if I was him the next time they get the ball.
If you're the coaches, you're just pointing right there, right? Like you
give
here.
It to him right there.
Ewing slips in and scoops it in for his second bucket. Smock on the feed. Well, Spencer's hanging out near that spot. Now he runs away from it. Pierman, he had a couple of big threes in that third. Spencer from up top. And Sheridan taking a little air out of the ball here a minute into the fourth quarter. Again, no shot clock in Indiana high school basketball, so Hamilton open for a 3 and had too much on it. You can see the Sheridan coaching staff at the bottom of your screen unhappy. Smock going baseline, floating it in, and it just rolled off from point-blank range. Desh Donathan with another defensive rebound here for Sheridan. You can see the Blackhawk coaching staff just telling Pierman, just stay back there. If Clinton Prairie wants to sit in this box and 1, just dribble as much time away as possible. And now they'll engage.
Not significantly.
We're just
they're going to make them come out of it, I think.
Crick's running side to side like it's a punishment run during practice. Here's a long 3 from Pierman that glances off the rim. Hamilton fell down and is slow to get back up.
I mean, if it goes, great, but to me, it's like you're going to do one thing or the other, right? You're either going to let the air out and make them come out of the zone, or you're going to go ahead and play.
Spencer almost deflected it. Smock caught it, missed the 3. Hamilton with the rebound, kicks it forward. Donathan running, and he can't save it as it goes all 84 feet. Tonight's game presented by Laser Edge. Laser Edge Turf and Excavation keeps your property looking sharp and projects moving forward. From mowing and lawn fertilization to directional boring, trenching, and excavation, we deliver precision and reliability every time. Cutting clean, digging deep, building strong. Curtin around the screen, or to make that Smock, around the screen, missed his first try, and then Spencer deleted the shot on the putback try. And the Sheridan coaching staff looks like they're trying to land a plane at the bottom of your screen, trying to tell their guys, just slow it down. We're not going anywhere. The bus will not leave you. It's okay.
Well, both teams have 3 timeouts left. And you might want, if you want to let the air out of it, well, they're looks like they're coming after him now. Well, maybe not.
They've definitely stretched the zone out a little bit more, but Ewing still attached to the hip of Page.
Well, you want to make sure everybody's on the same page. Like, what's the plan? Are we trying to score, or are we trying to get them out of the zone?
Looks like some dummy attacks here.
Well, they're still not out of the zone. They're just extending.
And they've sent Page to the corner with no dessert. Laying right in front there was Donathan.
Yeah, so it's like, well, we'll take a layup, right?
Yep.
Maybe the answer is not a 28-foot three after you've thrown it around for 15 passes.
Now Clinton Prairie down by 7 with halfway home here in the fourth, feeling like a must-answer time here for the Gophers. Curtin trying to answer, and he bangs in a three.
Wow, that's a tough shot. Side dribble, pretty decent contest right there. That is a big shot for him.
18 for Curtin. He's made 3 threes in a row. And how patient does Sheridan want to be once again as they get to the front court with 3:40 remaining here? Curtin smothering Donathan, and then off the hands of Page and out of bounds.
It's just not, especially if you're not attacking, it's just not where you want to take the ball. To just dribble it down to the deepest, darkest corner and then pick it up, right? That's just a recipe for disaster. And then they take away the first pass, and all he's got is the long pass across that got too much air under it, and they're able to get a deflection and get possession again.
First game of the year for Sheridan. Clinton Prairie 1-0 after defeating Frankfort last week, and a miscommunication between the seniors Smock and Curtin as Smock threw it to where he thought Curtin was going to be.
Well, they're running a little bit of a dribble weave and then trying to lull you to sleep into that back cut, and just a little bit of an execution problem right there. It wasn't a terrible idea.
Page goes block to block. Hamilton with the head fake and a Glasser. 23 for him.
I think that's the right thing to do. Just go ahead and keep playing.
Lob to Curtin in traffic, and he fumbled it out of bounds. He tried to catch it over 3 or 4 different Sheridan defenders.
Well, you can't have your mind made up what you're going to do. So his mind was made up. He was going to throw that pass, didn't really see the defense, and the result is a turnover.
Page open as Ewing left him, and Page makes him pay with a triple.
Well, that's as open as he's been all night, and he was able to make him pay right there.
9-point lead for the Blackhawks, their biggest of the night. Smock was cutting, and Sheridan deflected it out. Third made 3 of the night for Trey Page.
Now we're up 9 with 2.5. Now you're getting closer to let the air out time, right? You got a little bit of a cushion if you screw a couple things up.
Miller couldn't find the 3, and the Sheridan pressure deflects it off of Curtin and out of bounds.
And it's still, the clock's down far enough that you can force Clinton Prairie into playing the foul game a little bit.
Bierman just gets across the timeline. Donathan faked a pass, then Page left wide open again. He's a marksman from out there, and now it's raining threes for Trey Page.
Well, they haven't been man-to-man. They've been extending, but they've still been in that zone, and they're no longer in the box and one, so they've lost track of Page twice in a row, and he's really made them pay.
Pretty Euro step from Crick. Full timeout for Clinton Prairie. That leaves them with a full and a 30. Tonight's game presented by Healthy Communities of Clinton County. Healthy Communities of Clinton County offers free navigation services for all pregnant women. A licensed nurse is available to help you with free pregnancy tests and prenatal vitamins, insurance assistance, prenatal appointment assistance, smoking or vaping cessation, breastfeeding, labor, delivery, safe sleep, car seat, and newborn care education. Call Libby at 765-659-6063 for more information. 8-2 run. It was an 8-0 run before the Euro step in there from Crick. Couple of threes, though, from Page. And again, you mentioned it, Coach. Clinton Prairie had not fully committed to going man-to-man. It was a half-man, half-zone, and they left Page open, and he made him pay both times.
Yeah, I think they got out of the box and won, and they're trying to extend on the ball, but they're forgetting about everybody else, and they were able to find him 2 possessions in a row, and that's his thing, right?
Yeah.
He's a 3-point shooter, and they left him wide open. He hasn't been that open all night. And he knocks those in and really extended the lead. and making it really tough on the Gophers right now.
You looked at the first one, right? Ewing, who's been attached to him all night, went sprinting all the way to the other end of the floor, and no one else went to go slide over the page.
Nobody else found him. It's like, oh, who's that guy?
Oh, no. It's that guy.
Whoops.
Ten-point advantage for Sheridan as we dip below 2 to go in the fourth. Page open again briefly before Curtin closed out the airspace. Nice catch by Donathan on one behind him, and Ewing fouled him as he was pirouetting.
Well, again, they almost got themselves in trouble by taking it to the corner, picking up the dribble.
Page with Crick right there on the catch. And thought they were going to go back to the box and one, but Ewing no longer trailing Page. Sheridan more than happy to take some clock away here, up 10.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to come and play the foul game here.
Great ball movement here by Sheridan. They have touched every corner of the half court here as Curtin comes out and fouls Pierman.
Tell you what, you got to be careful right there because, you know, you just go out there and grab him with two hands and you're not going for the ball. It's kind of it's at the least intentional.
Number 4 on Curtin, so he's got to be careful. Number 1 on Crick. Sheridan had been spacing it out and taking time off the clock. Those are the first 2 fouls that we've had in some time. Just 3 here in the entire quarter as Spencer home free for a layup. Third Blackhawk in double figures. Unable to answer on the other end on the 3 was Smock. As we're under a minute to go here in the fourth, as Pierman trying to play keep away, and Curtin just picked up his 5th and final foul. Tonight's game presented by the Willow Creek Barn. Attention all engaged couples. Discover why the Willow Creek Barn has been voted the Knott's Best of Weddings for 4 years in a row. Nestled just outside Frankfort, Indiana, our venue offers stunning indoor and outdoor ceremony options with breathtaking photo opportunities. We provide the perfect backdrop for your dream barn wedding. To start planning your unforgettable day, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com. They enter Dean enters for the first time tonight. Spencer lost it, got it back. Front court, wide open, Donathan for an easy 2. Catch and shoot 3, Miller, unsuccessful. And Sheridan with 30 seconds left are going to pick up their first win of the season as Pierman accelerates forward. And Ewing on the foul. 5th one against Clinton Prairie in the fourth, and that sends Page to the line for free throws. Tonight's game has been presented in part by South Fork Restaurant. Dine in or carry out, the South Fork Restaurant is known for daily lunch and dinner specials, fresh never frozen whole catfish, hand-battered tenderloins, and award-winning onion rings. The kitchen is open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Come join us at 105 South Glick Street in Mulberry, Indiana, or visit southforkpub.com for our latest menu options.
Well, Sheridan's just been a little more efficient here in the second half, Rick, and you know, it all started with Pierman knocking in those 2 threes in the third quarter, and they were able to get a little bit of a cushion and just kind of slowly build on it from there. And you know, sometimes that's the deal. It's the guy you're not expecting kind of gets you going, and everybody else fed off of that, and they had an excellent second half to take control of the basketball game.
So Sheridan picks up their first win of the season and their season opener, knocking off last year's state runners-up in Class A, the Clinton Prairie Gophers. Final tonight was Sheridan 62, Clinton Prairie 47. We'll take a break, come back with our post-game show next here on the ISC Sports Network.
The Willow Creek Barn has been voted the best of weddings on the knot for 4 years running. The Willow Creek Barn has earned its reputation for a reason. With breathtaking grounds, a stunning barn, and a staff that goes above and beyond, making sure that every detail is perfect, your wedding day will be seamless, joyful, and unforgettable. From the first look to the last dance, your happily ever after starts here. To book your dream wedding, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com. At Mulberry Telecommunications, it doesn't matter whether you play from home, learn from home, or work from home. We have you covered with fiber fast internet. Whether you video chat to stay connected with friends and family, or operate a small business, you can do so with the reliability that Mulberry Telecommunications fiber internet provides. From streaming video to regular web surfing, the possibilities really are endless. And that's a reason for all of us to celebrate. Packages start at just $49.95. Visit mintel.net to sign up today.
Back here at Clinton Prairie High School, where the Sheridan Blackhawks come in and pick up a 15-point victory. They outscore the Gophers 23-14 in the second half as they trailed 33-29 at the break. Tonight's postgame show presented by the Willow Creek Barn, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. Big-time second half here in the season opener for Sheridan. They start the season 1-0, Coach.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I think they were just a little more efficient in the second half. The score doesn't really indicate the game that we just saw. They just kind of in the last 4 minutes or so just kind of put the thing on ice, but it was a lot closer than that most of the way. And I think both of these teams have they've got a lot of things that they can build on from this game.
Player of the game tonight brought to you by the Frankfurt Eagles, post 976, the senior Devin Hamilton, who had a game-high 23 points. He poured in 15 in the first half, and he was the beneficiary of Clinton Prairie going box-to-1 against last year's leading scorer, Trey Page.
Yeah, that gave him a little more space to operate, and he's kind of a slashing driver type of guy. But, as we said in the break, Jack Spearman, a close second for player of the game, just because he stepped up and made those big shots that really put a little distance between the Blackhawks and the Gophers and got them playing with a little more confidence in the second half.
His back-to-back threes made what was once a 36-33 deficit a 39-36 lead, forced the Sheridan timeout. Also tip your cap to Chance Spencer, had a buzzer-beating three at the end of the third that made it a 4-point lead instead of one. Then he came right out, like you accurately mentioned, Coach, there from almost the same spot. Just a couple steps to the left to start the fourth. He scores 6 points in a matter of minutes, and it was all Sheridan after that.
Yeah, a lot of good balance on that team, and that's something that's going to win them a lot of games over the course of the season.
With the loss, Clinton Prairie falls to 1-1. They're back here tomorrow at home and back here on the ISC Sports Network tomorrow at around 7:30 for a tip-off against Seeger. Tonight's game was brought to you in parts by Day and Genda Funeral Home, putting family first. Healthy communities of Clinton County making the healthy choice the easy choice. Mulberry Telecommunications, your local hometown fiber provider. The Frankfurt Eagles, post 976, people helping people. And the Willow Creek Barn, providing a picturesque setting for the barn wedding of your dreams. For everyone here on the ISC Sports Network, headed up by our director, Elijah Mash. Graphics night was Sam Waugh. Our camera operator on site at Clinton Prairie was Tony Stewart. For our analyst, the coach, Bill Fenlon, my name is Rick Johnston, saying so long from Clinton Prairie, where our final score was Sheridan 62 and the Gophers 47. This has been a presentation of Indiana High School boys basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together.